I got a lot of problems with you people.
Welcome back, everybody. Out here serving up video game comedy. Mario, wherever you are, here. Well, the quicksand works far faster in this one than what we're used to. For this is World 6, we're almost done. They're pulling out all the stops. There's a famous YouTube channel, you know, it's called a quicksand scenes, and it's like it just tries to archive all of the times there's ever been quicksand in any kind of media. And I think it might be like a fetish thing, actually. People are crazy. There's probably been multiple times when you just stumble onto something that's seemingly harmless on the surface level, and then when you dig deeper, it's like, oh, this is somebody's kink. Let's just get the hell out of here. Like Zoink Scoob, let's get out of here. Just Shaggy and Scooby running away from all the kinkiness. There was something important down here, but I don't remember what. I think the one-up might have just been it, actually. Anyway, so here's something. So earlier, just today, in fact, I tried to get back into Fortnite of all things. It's like, what are you, 8 years old? And it's like, but no, this was I saw my favorite YouTuber do it, and since I'm incapable of independent thought, I thought, hey, that looks like fun. Maybe I could do it as well. And the thing is, I haven't actually played it since it came out in like 2018. I thought, oh, I'm just gonna be total dog water at this. I don't remember how to do all the stuff. But to my surprise, if you've got even like intermediate experience with pretty much any other shooter, the skills are pretty transferable. And also, most of the other players are just young, dumb kids who don't really have any survival instincts. So you can just totally dunk on them. It was my first time playing in like 8 years, and I got number 1 pretty easily. It's like, wow, this is completely different than what I expected. And the storefront was different than what I expected as well, but not in a good way, because I guess the only information I've had about the game is just from stuff I've learned secondhand from memes, and I figured there'd be like a crap ton of characters on the store. They'd have like Rick Sanchez and Hank Hill and all of those, but apparently that's only temporary items. So when I got there, they only had like, I don't know, like maybe 20 different costumes you could buy. All the old stuff was gone, and amongst the ones you could buy, it was just like Supergirl and like other Marvel stuff, because that's the current thing, you know. It's like, well, this sucks. I want to be Hank Hill. Seems like if you do buy them when they're available, you can use them permanently, but you have to be there when they get there is the thing. So you know what this enemy's called? It's just like in that funny video. Oh no! An albatross! Oh no! An albatross! You can say that again. The video I'm referencing only has like 200 views. It's not even a famous thing, but I thought it was entertaining at least. And now whenever I see... Okay, I think we might have screwed ourselves, actually. Okay, we gotta go all the way back and then start over. Just gotta wait for him to get here.
Trouble flying this way!
Hang on! We're gonna crash!
can say that again. You can say that again.
Okay, that's enough of that. Believe it or not, that wasn't even the full thing. We still had another 3 to 4 rounds to go. Internet people be wildin'. So do you recognize this music, by the way? That's right, it's the music from that video with an albatross. The cartoons just borrowed most of the music from the games. It would be weird if they didn't, if they tried to have like original compositions or something. They were to get like Weezer to do like an original song about Mario or something. Especially since Weezer was like a 90s thing and the Mario cartoon was like an 80s thing. Imagine getting Weezer when they're all like, I don't know, like 12 and, okay boys, write us some music about Mario. Trust us, we're from the future, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Have you... It'll work out, it'll be fine. That door is shaped differently than all of the other doors we've seen thus far. It's the big door, just like in Portal 2. In the developer commentary, they said the big door was almost gonna be like a bullet point on the box. Like trying to sell the game like the biggest door in all of gaming. Those guys had quite the sense of humor. I think all of the best writers at Valve have retired at this point because it's been a good 15-20 years since then. I think people would be very disappointed if Valve were to actually make a new game for once, and people were to discover that Valve isn't hip anymore and all of those cool guys from like 15-20 years ago are in their 60s now. They're like our parents' age and they don't quite... The talent has either aged or retired. There are two possibilities. They could do like the Futurama reboot where like they get all the same writers back, but the same writers from back then are just crusty old men now and their jokes don't work anymore. It's making jokes about things that happened in the 1980s. That's option A. Or they could get new writers, and that would be equally troublesome because... You know, you don't want to get like some kind of blue-haired millennials or something. I say that as a millennial myself, of course, but just gonna fill it with a bunch of crappy pop culture references and like a snarky meta humor and all that sort of stuff. Good lord, that would be awful. That would just be completely awful. Just take a minute, try to imagine if TF2 was written by like an Alex Yeek type character. I'll pause for a second. Yeah, pretty rough, huh? Unbelievable. Just some examples I thought of, like the Heavy would say, I do not support my country's actions in the Ukraine war, and then the Demo Man would say something about like he could get his eye fixed if only it weren't for Brexit. And the Scout would say, Bazinga, and there'd like be a laugh track. And the Pyro would still be unintelligible, but there'd be subtitles at the bottom of the screen, and they'd have like just like text about, I don't know, healthcare or something. Yeah, that's just standard millennial humor, but I'm one to talk. I have no right to criticize people about such things, because it feels like, I don't know, 1 out of every 5 jokes on this show is just repeating things that I heard on Family Guy like 20 years ago. Good morning, it's great to stay up late. Good morning to you. When the band begins to play and the stars were shining bright. But now the milkman's on his way. So say good morning. Good stuff. So do you remember this guy from that other video I did, Super Boss Collection, back in 2022? Well, there he goes.